Today, I'm 100 years. For a person that may seem pretty old, but let me tell you, today I've got as much air in me as I did on the day my journey began. You could say that the blood that pumps through my veins packs as much of a punch today as it did a century ago. And perhaps even more, because it isn't blood that runs through them, you know, but friendship, family, and a drive to always be better. What started me those 5,200 weeks ago, made up of hours and minutes I never count accounts, is precisely what keeps me going today. Realizing the importance of preparing the next generation for the century to come. To actively search for young talent and with it, invest in our own future. As much as finding innovations that we have often enough turned to industry-wide solutions. This is what ensures we will celebrate again 100 years from now, together. But as with everything else, if you want to know me, you should know all the yesterdays that today is built on. For you to know that today, we sail to every nook of every ocean with a fleet of over 120 vessels. As should you know that we've gained our expertise and our reputation as a leading player in transportation of steel, general cargo, bulk cargo, and specialized cargo projects such as military and offshore installations by starting off as a specialized player in chartering of mainly forest products. And once you know that, I think you will agree that there is no telling where the future will take us. Or should I say me? As I am the sum of every memory of every one of our 2,600 members of our global family. As I am every tick of the hand of the clock and every nautical mile we covered in that century. While most shipping companies around the world were downsizing their operations, we grew. And did so on a proven and very simple method that says to build in times of downturn so we can reap during the booms that always follow. Counter-cyclic is what they call it. But for me, it has always been common sense. The same common sense that is at the very base of who I am. Or should I say, who we are. Over the years, people have come and gone, but they always tended to stay longer than they themselves often thought they would. Why? Because they always became family. We take care of one another in good times and bad. From the captains on every one of our vessels, to the crew and all those supporting them in the offices back on land. I made it to where I am today by understanding how there is a yes hidden in every no you're given. It's just how we do the things we do. Growth has been our story ever since. How we always found a way to move forward. And this is how I know we will get to wherever we want to go. We already do. To measure up and be the best of the very best in reputation, service, and results. To always outperform on our customers' expectations. My history is filled with the stories of the adventures I went on, and with the maneuvers and the decisions that led to victories, but also challenges. Mine is a history made up of headwinds, lessons learned, and moving on. When an upscaling of the coastal trading occurred in the 1970s, and a completely new type of ship was required, I found a fruitful partnership with different shipyards around the world. And in those years, our fleet grew exponentially. But I always understood that our people are ultimately our biggest asset. It tells us who we are today and ensures us of what we will become. I'd gone from being a charterer to a cargo carrier that was building its own fleet of ships. With that, the very essence of things had changed, and new traditions were also born. So would from this day forward every ship of ours that rolled off the dock reference our heritage with the word gracht in its name, which in Dutch means canal. Just so I will always be reminded, as will those on every shore we visit, of where we started. It was right after World War II, in 1946, that our first and very own cargo vessel was baptized in honor of the canal where it all began, the Keizersgracht, followed closely by the Herengracht, our second ship. But we have to push back further still. Long before I even had my own ship, the world had still to make it through the Great Depression of the 1930s. And so did I. I started small, very small. Just a desk between two sliding doors and a heart full of ambition and the drive to pursue it. All the way to tomorrow and all the days that will follow. Just as I did on every single one that came before the day I turned 100. When it really began was on the day part of the Spliethoff office moved to Amsterdam. On that day, two very powerful attitudes came together. The put your money where your mouth is mentality that is so defining for the port city of Rotterdam, and the street smart and cunning business attitude that has made Amsterdam one of the greatest trading cities in the world. These two put together was the birth of our Spliethoff mentality, and it became the character our clients and partners came to recognize and rely on. We will embrace the headwinds, and we will continue to evolve and to grow. The knowledge we will always explore and make good on our promises. To know where we came from is to stay loyal to the future. It is how we arrived at today.